Hey everyone, Tara here. This is our new coach call for December of 2020. Oh my goodness, I cannot believe we are in December already. It has been a whirlwind year. So I am very excited to have you here. Whether you are watching this as a coach who's been coaching for a little while and just needed a little refresher, or you're a brand new coach, I want to make sure that you know that you are welcome in this space, that really honestly our teams work together. So Shalene and I work very closely together to create a lot of resources for the coaches on this team. So sometimes you'll see her on these calls, sometimes you'll see me on these calls. So today it is me. I want to make sure that you also know that really there is no right or wrong in this business. The business gets run the way that you feel comfortable running it. So whether that means pushing for income goals or pushing for rank goals or pushing for team goals, whatever that means, there is no right or wrong to this business. And you can train and train and train and train and train, but really the magic is in actually taking action. So I want to talk to you guys a bit today about what that looks like and the best kind of strategies in terms of pushing that business forward as quickly as possible. So there are different ways to work this business, right? And we have to do what's comfortable for us. So for some of you, that might mean just treating it sort of like a hobby. So you will work the business a little bit at a time. You'll enroll people as you kind of talk to them, and that's okay. There is absolutely nothing wrong with that. You can take it at your pace. I know for me, I did that initially for about 6 months, and I have a little bit of regret when I look back at the way I ran my business originally, because I was really just holding back, and I am like the gatherer of information. So I was just trying to gather information and not really taking much action on it. So here are some great tools and resources that you guys have. There is a handbook. If you have not seen the handbook or don't know where to find it, check with your upline coach, and they'll be able to identify where that is or provide you with a copy of it. The handbook basically is a concise document that is going to set out everything that you need to be successful in your business. So it will set out all of the training. All of the training is hyperlinked within the document, so you can go through the document. It is in steps. So I'm a very like step-by-step process kind of gal, and Shalene is very similar to that. So we like the step-by-step process. And when we have that step-by-step process, it allows us to just kind of check off to be like, yep, done that. Yep, done that. So hopefully you guys work that way too. If you don't, it's okay. But look at that handbook and go through the training kind of at your pace. You should be able to get through that handbook in about 30 days. It shouldn't take you longer than 30 days to get through the handbook and some of the training that's in that handbook. And the links that are there. So take a look at that. If you haven't seen it in a little while, go back to it. Go back and look at it. Go back through some of that training, because it's going to help you identify maybe some of the gaps that you're having in your business that will allow you to kind of step outside of that comfort zone that you might be in right now. So I just wanted to let you guys know that that handbook is golden. I still go back to it. So definitely go through that to kind of get you started. But I think what's really important is going through your journey. So committing to your journey, choosing a program, be doing a program, whatever that program is for you. It does not have to be the same program as everybody else. So look, we have a launch happening this week for the new program, 9-Week Control Freak. And there's going to be a group that's going in January. You do not have to do 9-Week Control Freak if you don't want to. You can launch whatever program you want. So you can be doing 6 weeks of the work. You can be doing 21-day fix. You can be doing whatever program you choose from what we have available to us. Just choose a program and do that program. The second thing you want to be doing is either personal or business development. So focus it on what you think you need. Do you need help with leadership? Do you need help with business development? Do you want to know how a multi-level marketing company works? There are some great books to start with. If you haven't read them yet, The Slight Edge is a great one to start with. because it really goes through pushing your business forward and taking those small steps to push it forward. So Slight Edge is an incredible book. I would suggest that. But there are so many different ones that you can look at. There are suggestions, I believe, in the handbook, or you can go to your upline coach and they might be able to make some recommendations for you as well based on what you need. Some people need mindset work. Some people, need relationship work. Whatever it is, you should be either listening to podcasts or reading some sort of personal or business development every single day, because it's going to help you push forward and it's part of your journey. And focus on your nutrition. We have 2 amazing nutrition plans. They are really good for helping you regardless of what your goals are. If your goal is to lose weight, tone up, gain weight, the nutrition plans are great. You can tailor them to whatever your needs are. So focus on what nutrition plan you're using and have a basic knowledge of both of them so that when you're talking to people, you know what you're talking about and you can suggest them to them. So that's focusing on your own journey. People don't care that you're working out. They don't care that you're using little colored containers. They don't care that you're reading personal development. They don't care that you're doing meditations. They really don't care. They don't care that you're doing it. They care why you're doing it. So if you're not doing it, they're not going to join you. If you are doing it and you're sharing that with people, they're going to get curious. They're going to wonder what you're doing. They're going to see these moves that you're doing, like, whether it's when you start 9-week Control Freak, that you've got the control track, they're gonna be like, what the heck is that, right? There are some great moves even within some of the programs that you can showcase that are different, that are unique, that are not things they're gonna be able to do at the gym. So showcase some of that. So they're gonna start watching. They're gonna start looking. They're gonna start wondering what those little containers are. They're gonna start wondering what is changing in you and how are these home workouts working for you. But if you're not sharing that, if you're not sharing your journey with people, they're not going to watch, right? So make sure that you are going through your own journey and sharing that with people. That's where the magic is in this business. Don't hold it tight to you because no one's ever going to know. If you were in business and you sell vacuum cleaners and you never talk about vacuum cleaners, and then you approach somebody and say, hey, you want to buy my vacuum cleaner? They're going to be like, no, because they don't know anything about it. They don't know what you do. So if you're not sharing it and you go and approach them and say, hey, join my home workouts, they're going to be like, no, thank you. Because you're not showing, you're not showcasing, and you're not showing how it's helping you. So that's like first and foremost. Each month, try and get 3 people to join you, whether it's friends, family members, coworkers. I started with my mom and 3 of my coworkers. That's how I started this business. And we had this little group together and I was the only one posting in there, like legitimately the only person posting in there. No one posted anything. It was just me for months that was posting. But each month, I invited a few more people to join me. If you get 3 people to join you and say, look, these are the products that I'm using, these are the workouts that I'm doing, this is the nutrition plan that I'm following, jump on board with me. Why don't you do this with me? New coaches have the greatest opportunity when they're first starting because it's new. They can say to people that they know, hey, I'm just starting out. Will you join me? Will you do this with me? Chances are, if you're on this call or watching this call, that's how you were invited to join, right? Somebody probably said, want to do this with me. I'm new at this, want to do this with me. So there's no harm in actually doing that. So if you do that, if you invite 3 people per month to join you, and let's say one of those people really likes the products and wants to become a VIP member or wants to maybe coach alongside you, you're going to build your business really quickly, right? Imagine 3 people, 3 people, 3 people, it compounds, right? So 3 people join you each month and 1 person each month becomes a VIP member. Consider how quickly you can actually build this business, right? I mean, the goal is obviously to set your sights higher than 3 people, but if you just try and aim for getting 3 people a month to join you on the journey, then you're going to build quickly. But if you're not showing what you're doing and you're not actually talking to people, that won't happen. Right? So there is no harm in actually talking to people about this opportunity, about these workouts, about these programs, because what's the worst they can say? The worst they say is no, I'm not interested. And usually that can spark more of a conversation, right? Just like you would talk to somebody at a party. Oh, cool. Do you have your own gym routine going on? Do you have your own thing going on? Do you work out? Do you follow a nutrition plan? If they say no, then dive a little bit into why they don't want to join you, right? Talk about what it's doing for you, relate to them from your own perspective, right? So that's, I think, the best thing that you can do in this business. Go through your own journey, share it with other people, and invite them to join you. Okay. Those are like the three biggest things. The next part of it is that you have a community that is incredible. So whoever invited you to join you and whoever's team you're on, so whoever your upline coach is, ultimately we go up the line to some of the top teams, not only in Canada, but in this network, which means that we have so many resources available to us. We have resources from like our kind of granddaddy coach, who's Miguel. Miguel is Jamie's coach, Jamie Fitzpatrick. So Jamie and Kim run the business together. And then under Jamie and Kim are Jaron Shalene. And then under Jaron Shalene, there's a whole bunch of other coaches, right? So up the line, we have an incredible amount of resources that get passed down. Use them. Use them. You do not have to reinvent the wheel. Miguel is super successful. Jamie and Kim are super successful in this business. Success leaves clues. So let's use the resources that they've created for us in order to be successful in our own business. I thought I could do it by myself when I first started. I took in all the training, never followed any of it because I thought, you know what? I'm good, right? Like I'm a full-time lawyer. I've got this. Yeah, I didn't have it. So there's no shame in using what's already there because there are incredibly successful coaches that have passed this down to us. Jump on calls when you can. So every week there are calls. There's a national wake-up call that's run by Beachbody. It's top coaches talking about how they became successful in the business. It's every Monday morning. And then there's a Fam Jam team call every Wednesday night. Sometimes we're invited to Crush Nation calls on Mondays. The calls are recorded, but you really get a sense of the community aspect of it and who the rest of the team is because you can work with them. You can work with these people. They become your people. You can ask questions. They'll answer your questions. They'll help you with objections you have. They'll help you with invites. I have a certain person I want to invite, but I don't know how. We're going to help you with that, right? So we've got guys on the team. Jer is a great resource because he's a guy. He's a cop. He knows how to talk to guys in this business. You know, if you ask some of the other girls in these chats, well, how do you respond to this? They're going to give you probably some kind of girl response. So if you have questions in the business, get to know Jer, talk to him because he's an incredible resource. He knows how to talk to people. He's been doing the business for a while. And then Jamie too, like Jamie is a wealth of knowledge and he knows how to onboard people and he's a business guy, right? Girls and guys have very different perspective on how this business works. Guys are very money focused. Girls are very not money focused. Some of them are, but guys want to know how to make money in this business. Whereas girls are like, this is my journey. Come on this journey with me. So you're going to get a different response from people. But if you're not on the calls, you're not going to get to know the people who you can connect with to help you to build the business in the way that you want to build it, because it can be super lucrative for you if you actually are kind of following the direction that you're obtaining in order to run it the way you want to run it. So jump on calls where you can, really engage in, okay, I see it. Sorry. There we go. Bethany's going to join us. Thanks, Julia. So jump on those team calls when you can. Again, they are recorded. You can catch the recordings after. I always share recordings with my team. Jaron, Shalene share a lot of recordings as well as we get them. So if we think that something's really important or good information for you, we'll share calls from Crush Nation, Jamie and Kim's team, or from Miguel's team if we think it's going to help you. But jump on when you can. So that's kind of the crux of it, guys. Really do your workouts, follow your nutrition, do your mindset work, share it with people, invite people. That's that's this business in the simplest form. I think a lot of people overcomplicate the business, trying to copy other people, do too much, create websites, try to kind of make this big thing. I've been doing this business for 2.5 years. I don't have a website. You don't need a website to do this business. So don't worry about all the fancy stuff. Honestly, share your journey, invite people, talk to people about it. They might not want to jump on board right away, but if you stick with it, this is the slight edge. If you stick with it and do the work every day, it's going to reflect and people are going to want to join you because they're going to see the change in you. So make sure that you are definitely sticking with your own journey, whatever that looks like for you. You want to tone up, talk to your upline coach, talk to other people on the team to choose a program that's going to get you the results that you want, because not everyone's on the same journey, and that's totally fine, right? So I think that's all that I really wanted to touch on. I wanted to just quickly let you guys know that in terms of building the business quickly, make sure that you set goals. Everything is set out in the handbook that I mentioned earlier in terms of how to reach the next stages in your business. So I'm not going to go into too much detail, but if you want to level up in rank in this business, which opens the opportunity to earn residual income, not just commission income when you sell challenge packs, because there's two different ways to earn in this business. One is you enroll people with challenge packs and you earn a commission, but the other one is your residual income. You make residual income as you sleep. My residual income is now higher than my commission income because I can only talk to so many people a day. I can only invite so many people a month. But what my team is doing underneath me and above me is creating all of this residual income that's just compounding like over and over and over again. So you want to make sure that you're going through those ranks as quickly as possible. So your first rank that you should be aiming for is your Emerald rank. That's basically having 2 VIP members or coaches underneath you in its simplest form. So you enroll 3 people with a challenge pack this month and sign 2 people up as VIP members, you're at Emerald. That's it. It's that easy, you guys. It's a choice that you make. It's just a matter of being okay with talking to people about it, right? You have to step outside your comfort zone a little bit. But that's as simple as it is to reach that first rank. It's that easy. So that's one goal you should have for yourself. And then the second goal you should have for yourself will automatically be hit if you enroll 3 people with a challenge pack, because you're going to hit what's called Success Club. Success Club, if you are, and you can talk, this is all in the handbook and you can talk to your upline coach, that's not for this call, but if you are using a certain amount of product each month, you will hit this Success Club. What does that do for you? It gives you leads from the company. So the company will basically give you people if you're an Emerald coach. They will give you clients if you are an Emerald coach and you're hitting Success Club each month, which is enrolling 3 or more people. They'll hand you people. You don't even have to ask for them, right? But you have to be using a certain amount of products because the company says if we're going to be giving you people, you have to be supporting us as a business too, which totally makes sense, right? In addition to that, you get perks. So if you can enroll 3 people a month for a year, starting from January to December, you're going to get different perks that are going to come to you every quarter. So if I hit it, for example, this month, because I've hit it every month this year, the company's going to send me a Theragun. Thank you. Like, those are expensive, right? So I'll take it. Thanks. Perfect. So you get those perks. You also get the ability to earn trips and all of that kind of stuff. So if you are motivated by perks, 3 people a month, if not more, is going to get you those perks. So those should be your goals in terms of like the first little bit in this business. The faster you reach them, obviously, the better it is. But again, you're working the business in your way. So don't feel like if you don't hit those ranks or those goals that you're failing or that you're not doing well in the business. Just stick with it, because the minute you stop, you're going to lose all credibility with people and they're going to think you gave up on them. So just keep showing up, and I promise you it will reward you, but you just have to keep showing up with your journey and sharing that journey with people, and people will be watching. So hopefully that was helpful in terms of identifying some of the things initially that will help you push it forward. If anybody has any questions, I'm happy to answer them. Let me know you want to talk income or need clarification on rank or Success Club or what that means. Let me know, because I can definitely answer any questions you have. If not, I stuck with 30 minutes. Julia, you can tell Shalene that I stuck to 30 minutes. She always gets mad. Not gets mad, but she wants me to keep it short. Any questions, guys? You guys are quiet. Usually there's tons of questions. How are you guys feeling about it? Are you guys all new?
Yes, very new.
Brand new.
Yeah.
And Bethany, I think Bethany's new too, right, Julia? Yeah. Ashley, you've been around for a little bit though, yeah?
Yeah, I have
Yeah.
been, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. How are you feeling about it?
Um, Kind of a little overwhelmed with everything and just life in general, so just needed a shake up.
Yeah. It can be tough, right? You do get a lot of objections in the business. Like you definitely do. I get them all the time. Like if you saw how many people I invite a day and how many either people ghost me or say no, like it's tons. It's tons. Um, it's like what I said. You just keep showing up every day. People are going to be watching you and they will jump on board as long as you're kind of just showing up in your way, right? Like don't try and show up like somebody else. It's not going to work. You have to show up in your way. But it can get tough at times because you just kind of want to shake people and be like, don't you want to just work out? Like you can feel good. Like, don't you? I don't understand. Like it's so easy. You just push play. Like you do it from home. I don't get it. And you just want to like shake them, but some people just need a little bit more time. In last month, I think I enrolled 2 people that I had been inviting for 2 years. 2 years it took them to finally say yes. But I didn't let up, right? And they just kept following and they both came to me. They both messaged me and said, okay, I'm ready now. Okay, it's about time. But it was they needed they needed to see that I was sticking with it. They needed to see that it was something they could stick with. So it happens. Ashley, don't like stress about it. It can be overwhelming, but really just keep showing up, keep pushing play, and don't be afraid to be vulnerable about the fact, like if you didn't push play one day, like show up and be like, totally didn't push play today. Life got in the way, guys. Like, but I'm going to jump back on because my group keeps me accountable or whatever it is that you want to say. Don't be like, we don't have to be perfect in this business. People don't even like perfect. They're honestly not looking for perfect. They're looking for you to say, hey, life was tough today, because then they can relate to you. You need to have them relate to you, right? Life got in the way. Last week I talked about how I ate an entire bag of chips because I was having a really stressful day and that
Nice.
bag of chips. What's that?
What kind?
Sun chips.
Sun chips.
Yeah, I went to grab them and my husband said, are you sure you want to eat those? And I'm like, yes, I do. And he could tell from my voice. He's like, okay, I'm not going to push you. But I talked about it, right? I talked about how I went back to stress eating and this is the reality of it. I'm not perfect all the time, but I'm just going to keep showing up, right? So relate to people. That's helpful, Ashley. If you find that you're overwhelmed, talk about it. Talk about how you're overwhelmed and but how you were able to jump on a call and kind of get that motivation back because we're all doing this together. We're all on the same journey together, right? It's definitely something that you can talk about so that people can relate to that. Yeah. Any other questions? It's going to be like things will come up. Ask them in whatever chat you might be a part of or ask your upline coach because you'll get a ton of answers. So as questions come up, make sure that you're asking those questions, especially when you're first starting out, because then otherwise you're trying to do it all on your own and it's not possible. Like you have to ask the questions as they arise. For example, things like when you're signing up VIP members or coaches, like where do you put them, right? Like how do you figure out where to put them in what we call a downline? Like those are questions that might arise as you're adding people. So don't be afraid to ask them. Like our chat is super open. There are lots of really great coaches in there that can help. So, so definitely ask those questions when you have them. Otherwise, if there are no other questions, I'll let you guys go. Thanks for joining me today. I'm going to make this recording available for anybody who jumped on late so you can see the beginning part of it. And then again, if you haven't seen the handbook or just need a refresher and don't know where it is, your upline coach can definitely tell you where to find it. Cool? All right.
Cool.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, Sarah. Nice to meet you.
Cheryl,
I'm Carlo, by the way.
What's that?
I'm Carlo, by the way.
Hi, Carlo. Nice to meet you. I'm glad you're with us. Jer is super happy to have all the guys on the team. We've got a few, and anytime guys join, he's like, yes, he needs some testosterone.
Exactly.
All right, guys, have a
Yeah.
great night.
Thank you.
Hi, nice to meet you.
Bye.